This week of Pokemon Go is actually going to be quite substantial. We are getting the start of a brand new season within the game, and we're going to be getting some in-game events that are going to be very interesting. I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video, so let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going y'all? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well. Let's get right into it. So yesterday we of course had the Go Tour event, and for what it's worth, it was a very fun and interesting event. There was definitely a lot of great moments that I had, but overall it was incredibly frustrating for a variety of different reasons, which I'll get into in a different video. But today, let's talk about everything that is going on in Pokemon Go during this week. It is actually going to be a major week because we are going to get the start of a brand new season, which means we're going to have different bonuses and different events. And then we're also going to have an in-game event, which is going to be featuring a brand new Pokemon as well as a brand new shiny. So yeah, let's first talk about this in-game event, and then afterwards, I'll be talking about all of the stuff this week that you need to pay attention to. The Powerful Potential event is going to be starting on March 5th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until March 10th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon for this event is going to be Kubfu as well as Charcadet, and Charcadet is actually going to be getting its shiny debut. Now, if you want to get yourself the brand new shiny, all you're going to have to do is, of course, hatch eggs. Charcadet is going to be in 2km eggs, 5km eggs, 7km eggs, as well as 10km eggs, and that's basically going to be your only avenue for getting this brand new shiny. But if you're going to be hatching eggs, this is definitely the event to do so, because during this event, you're going to have a half hatch distance. But there's also going to be a free timed research that you can complete, and when you do so, the egg hatching distance is going to be cut even further to a quarter hatch distance. Now, spawning in 1-star raids during this event, you're going to see Gothita, Solosis, as well as Sinistea, and then in 3-star raids, you're going to see Alolan Raichu, Hisuian Typhlosion, as well as Sableye. Now, let's real quick go over that timed research. When you complete it, you're going to be able to get an incubator, encounters with Charcadet, which is actually pretty interesting, and then you're going to get Stardust and Experience, as well as Kubfu Candy. And then of course, there is that event bonus, which is the quarter hatch distance. That is definitely something you should definitely work towards getting. Now, alongside this free timed research, you're also going to be able to access a paid special research. It's going to cost $8 USD, or the equivalent pricing in your local currency, and you're going to be able to get 1 incense, 2 premium battle passes, 1 star piece, as well as encounters with season-themed Pokemon, and also an encounter with Dynamax Kubfu, which is going to be your second way of getting this particular new Pokemon. And then finally, let's talk about the max battle content during this event. I think they're going to be putting a lot of emphasis on max battles. From March 8th until March 9th, you're going to be able to get Dynamax Grookey, Dynamax Scorbunny, as well as Dynamax Sobble in 1-star max battles. And then also during this time, you're going to be able to encounter Gigantamax Venusaur, Gigantamax Charizard, as well as Gigantamax Blastoise. Do keep in mind that Gigantamax battles are incredibly difficult and requires an insane number of trainers, so you will want to coordinate with your local communities in order to take down either of these Gigantamax Pokemon. So yeah, the Powerful Potential event is going to be this week, and unfortunately it is a huge miss. There's not going to be any additional Pokemon spawns, which in my opinion is totally fine because we're getting a new season and we're going to have different spawns anyway, but I do think there's a lot more they could have done with this event. I totally understand that every time they have a major event like Go Tour or Go Fest, usually the week after it is pretty mellow. They do not have a lot of content to offer, but I really think this would have been a great opportunity to continue the momentum from this past weekend, but it looks like this in-game event is going to be one you could completely skip. But there's going to be another event which you should not skip that's going to be happening this week, and that is of course Fuecoco Community Day. Let's go over the details for that. March Community Day is going to be happening on Saturday, March 8th at 2 o'clock p.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. local time, and it's going to be featuring the Pokemon Fuecoco, which is a starter Pokemon from the Scarlet and Violet games. Now, when you evolve into Skeledirge during this event, you're actually going to get 2 additional moves. There is Blast Burn, which is going to be the Community Day exclusive move, and that's typical for any fire-type starter, but there's also going to be a new move added to Skeledirge's move pool, and it's Torch Song, and this is looking to be a pretty decent move when it comes to PvP. There's also going to be a special research during this event, which is going to allow you to get Fuecoco with a special background, so be on the lookout for that. Now, during this event, we're going to get the following event bonuses. We're going to get a double catch candy bonus during this event, but we're also going to be getting a triple catch Stardust bonus, which is actually pretty massive. And then you're going to get double the chance at getting Candy XL for every Pokemon you catch. And then lure modules and incense are going to last for 3 hours. You'll get additional spawns for taking snapshots during this event, and you're going to be able to do 1 additional special trade during this event. And then every trade is going to cost 50% less Stardust. There's also going to be Field Research Task rewards, which is going to award you with Fuecoco encounters, and there's going to be Stardust and Great Ball rewards as well. And then there's going to be a special background timed research which you can get, which is going to award you with Fuecoco with special backgrounds. Next up, let's switch gears and talk about PvP, because this is going to be the beginning of a brand new season of Pokemon Go, which means this Tuesday, March 4th, when the new season kicks off, we're going to have the end of the season rewards at 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you set an alarm because you will want to pop a star piece before you go to the PvP menu at this time, and then you're going to be able to collect the major Stardust rewards that you get at the end of the season. Absolutely do not forget that, because it's going to be a huge injection of Stardust. Now, in terms of what leagues are going to be active once the new season kicks off, it's going to be the Open Great League along with the Willpower Cup. And this cup is going to feature mostly fighting type Pokemon and different things like that, so make sure you have a team prepared for it so that you can get some very easy, very early wins. Next up, let's talk about what's going to be in this Tuesday Spotlight Hour. It's going to be featuring the Pokemon Makuhita, and there's going to be a 2x candy for transferring Pokemon bonus. This is going to be a pretty good bonus because I'm sure you have a whole bunch of Kyurems and a bunch of Pokemon in your Pokemon storage. Make sure you hold on to them until this Spotlight Hour, and then transfer them so you could get some bonus candy. Now, let's talk about the rating content. So, starting on March 4th until March 13, we are going to have the Legendary Bird Trio in 5-star raids. This includes Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Their shiny forms are also going to be available, but they're not going to be getting any kind of special moves or anything like that. If you need candy for any of these Pokemon, then it's going to be a really good time for you to farm them up. And then let's talk about Mega Raids. So spawning in Mega Evolution Raids until March 4th, we're going to continue to have Mega Garchomp, but afterwards, we're going to see the return of Mega Lucario. And for anyone that used Mega Lucario over this past weekend for the Anuva Go Tour event, you would know that this is one of the most useful Mega Evolutions that you can have. Alrighty, so there you have it. This is everything that's going to be going on this week in Pokemon Go. And I will say that, yeah, it is a follow-up week to Pokemon Go Tour, so maybe it's time for you to restock on Pokeballs. Maybe it's time for you to try to get some Pokecoins so that you could restock on your raid passes. Overall, this is a bit of a recovery week, and I totally understand that. So yeah, there's not much being offered in terms of content. I do think the in-game event is a huge miss, but we are at least getting Fuecoco Community Day, which I really think you should plan for. It's definitely going to be a really good time. And yeah, with that said, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything going on this week down below. Are you excited for this new season of Pokemon Go, or do you feel like it's one that really doesn't hit the mark, that there's a lot more that they could have done? And let me know your thoughts regarding the Powerful Potential event and why you think it may be underrated, or if you agree that it is underwhelming. Yeah. And then of course, let me know your plans for Fuecoco Community Day. Do you plan to go all out, or are you going to take a break because of this past weekend? Definitely share your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you found it to be insightful and informative, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the absolute best way you could do that is by going to my Patreon page and becoming a paid Patreon member. And if you decide to do that, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. And that means for stuff like remote raids and the friendship system, if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And I will always prioritize my patrons before anyone else. And for all my patrons, they were fully aware of that because this past weekend, I did a whole bunch of Kyurem raids, and it was pretty much with most of my patrons. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want to join in on that, go and check out the links in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you're always welcome to do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms that you see on screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and it will be a huge help to my channel, as well as you'll have access to some exclusive content. And with that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, and love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.